All the questions you've been asking me? Smoking your grandfather's cigar for my benefit?
My grandfather has nothing to do with it.
I know it's painful.
It's not painful. It's boring. That's all.
Is that your glass?
It's my grandfather's. Why do you ask?
Because I have the make to it.
Where did you get that?
In David Glenn's car the night of the accident. I'm sorry.
No.
May I have the other glove?
What?
You have to stop protecting him.
I heard voices. Is everything all right?
Would you like to be buying a look into the future?
I told you there was no telephone in here.
Well, maybe she'll be able to give us directions to the nearest one.
Patty, the only direction she's going to give us is to the Twilight Zone. Now, let's get out of here.
You've just arrived in Ireland.
Come on.
And you've been looking for a loved one.
Okay, maybe she knows.
A lad with fire in his eyes.
Finally found him. Where are you headed, lad?
Come to see Malcolm. Malcolm McLean.
Search for Tomorrow is brought to you by Butter Flavor Crisco. It gives baked and fried foods a rich butter flavor you'll love.
Well, if only your grandfather were here to see this, behind his desk, taking care of his business while he's away campaigning. No, don't go, stay. It suits you, it really does. I hadn't realized how much you'd matured lately.
Hobbs, are you all right?
Always the quick wit. Jerry, the judge has always wanted you right here by his side, working with him, Jerry. You know that.
I most certainly do not. The last place on earth my grandfather wants me is by his side.
Oh, that's not true. You're the apple of his eye, Jerry. He's just been waiting for you to grow up a little bit. I mean, take some notice, whatever. He loves you very, very much. The judge has great plans for him.
Hobbs, what are you up to?
I just think that you should know how much your grandfather depends on you. And how much more he'd like to depend on you, Jerry. When he gets here, I am going to be so thrilled to tell him how you've been working for him in his absence.
All I'm doing is taking care of a visitor.
Oh, Mrs. Turner, thank you so much for coming by. I'll tell the judge you were here.
Thank you, but I'm not quite through with my business. Could I have what I came for?
What's all this?
Mrs. Turner came by for her daughter's notebook.
Oh, Patty. Where is Patty, Mrs. Turner? She never showed up for work today.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She was called out of town quite suddenly.
She left Henderson without telling me, or the judge.
Well, there wasn't time. It was an emergency. I'll get in touch as soon as I know when she's coming back.
No, that isn't necessary, really. Oh, I hate to be the one to do this, but under the circumstances, Patty hasn't proven to be very reliable, so would you please tell her that we regret having to let her go?
Let her go?
Yes. She's fired.
Quinn. She could be talking about Quinn. What else do you know about Hogan's brother?
Patty.
What?
The cards tell all.
Do they say anything else about Hogan or Quinn?
Well, now, if you'd be passing me palm with silver, I'll give you a proper reading.
Look, we don't want a proper reading or any other kind of a reading. What we want is a telephone. If you... Well, we were driving along and stopped the car.
There was this whole flock of sheep right in the middle of the road. It was...
And when we got out of the car...
The shepherd stole it.
How did you know that?
Somebody must have told her.
How? And when? It just happened.
Patty, this is going to be a trick of some kind, hypnosis or something.
Hypnosis?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she does it with mirrors. Let's get out of here. Look, would you mind telling us where the nearest telephone is, please?
Well, now, if you'll buy a reading, I'll be happy to, maybe.
No!
Yes, we will.
Oh, well, now, sit down. Sit down and make yourselves comfortable. Come along now. Come along, lads. Sit down, make yourself.
Down.
Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Well, you needn't concern yourself. Where your brother is involved. No, he's come to Ireland to fight off something that's been troubling him most of his life. Ah, but he hasn't come to struggle. No. He's come searching for his peace.
Did he find him? Did they fight her?
Your brother will survive, Quinn. Ah, yes. But first, he must face what he must face. And then after that, he'll be coming home safe and sound. So leave him be, lad.
I can't. Gotta find him, Patty.
He must fulfill his destiny. That's what the cards are saying.
Well, I'm saying I gotta find Quinn.
Please.
Patty, what am I supposed to do? Let Quinn find Malcolm and kill him? Look, here. Thanks for the reading. Would you mind telling us where the nearest telephone is?
Okay, come on. We're just talking about a few minutes. I want to hear the rest of the reading, please.
And right you are, Gad. Right you are. The cards are crying out to you. You're in love, huh? Yes. Ah, but you've been holding back, eh? Ah, well, now, it's about time something was done about that.
Come to see Malcolm. Malcolm McCleary?
Give us your name.
I'd rather surprise him.
It's my job to keep surprises out. What do you want?
Well, I told you I came to see Malcolm. We're old friends. Now, come on, I've come a long way. Really, please, it's okay. Just let me in.
Friends or not, you're asking a lot and offering very little in return.
All right, how much do you want?
Keep your bribes to yourself and be off with you.
Come on, don't give me a hard time.
I'll give you more than that if you don't get out of here. Meet the O'Hanlon. He'd pass up steak any time for the taste of a stranger. It's trouble that one's after. Make no mistake. If he comes back, he'll get his fair share. Won't he, my friend?
I've heard enough.
Where are you going?
We are leaving now.
Oh, come on, we've come this far. Can't we just hear the rest of the reading, please?
Tis himself, huh? He's the one. Huh? Do you love her?
It's none of your business.
The destiny of the world is my business. You and this lass belong together.
Look, I'll tell you where we belong. We belong in the car that we rented to look for my brother. Now, if you just tell us where a telephone is,
I can't believe you're acting like this. What are you afraid she's going to tell us?
Patty, you know as well as I do that Quinn could be in a lot
This
of
is not
trouble.
about Quinn. This is about you and me.
Can't you see through this, Patty? It's nothing but a bunch of hokum.
How do you explain how she knew about Quinn, then?
She's been manipulating us all along.
What are you talking
From the
about?
minute we got in here, she's been getting us to tell her things, and she's been telling it back to us like it's some kind of vision or something. And how about coming out of those pillows? That was some interest, wasn't it?
Well, she was taking a nap.
Oh, taking a nap. Come on, Patty. It's pure show business with a little bit of blarney thrown in for good measure.
She was right about Quinn. Maybe she'll be right about us.
Patty, watch my lips. She's telling us things that we told her first.
We did not tell her that Quinn was struggling with something all his life, and that's why he came here. We did not tell her that. She may be a very gifted woman. She may be able to tell us things.
She guessed it.
How?
All of it. I don't know how.
You really are afraid, aren't you?
Look, we passed your palm with silver. Now, can you tell us
I'm
where
sorry.
a
I really
phone is?
apologize to him. He's acting very rude.
No. Don't be too harsh on him. You see, he believes only that what he sees. Now, here, love. Here's your card. 'Tis your own time, you know. But there's been a cloud hovering over you. It's been there quite a while. But now you're in Ireland. It'll part. And the moment will come when the sun will show itself. So be watchful. Be ready.
Do the cards say when the cloud will pass?
In the dark of night, under the shadow of a storm, you'll be feeling the warmth. And you'll know, because, you see, you'll be carrying the rays of the sun inside.
Another storm. Just like the storm in New York. But if what she says is true, maybe this time...
Maybe this time we'll find the sun.
'Tis meant to be.
Just a minute. Patty was hired by Judge Henderson. You can't fire her.
Yes, I can. I just did.
When will he be back from this campaign trip?
I'm sure the judge will back me in this wholeheartedly.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Jerry, please stay out of this.
But I thought the judge was going to be so proud of me taking an interest in his affairs while he's gone.
This situation I handle. Judge Henderson's political campaign can afford no stragglers. Once I explained
Jerry?
to him that...
We haven't quite finished our conversation.
Oh, yes, we have, Mrs. Turner. Good day.
Miss Hobbs, you know, actually, you have every right to be upset with Patty for not letting you know. I can only assure you it was an emergency. She loves this job. It means so much to her. I hope you'll reconsider, give her another chance.
Oh, Mrs. Turner, I'm sorry, too. Maybe I was just too hard on poor Patty, but the judge needs people he can rely on. And for her to have left town without informing him.
Well, I have another thought. Maybe I could fill in for her till she gets back.
Oh, that wouldn't work. We need somebody full-time. But I must say, I think Patty's very lucky to have such a wonderfully devoted mother.
Thank you.
You see, Mrs. Turner, I'm just as devoted to the judge. It's my job to see that he has everything he needs. Everything. He should be surrounded by people he can rely on, people he trusts. You do understand, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I understand.
More than you could possibly know.
So where can we find a son? I mean, a phone.
If you don't mind me saying it, the two of you look all in now. Why don't you tarry a while and have a nice hot cup of tea, hmm?
Well, no, thank you. We really
haven't
should
had
be going.
anything since we arrived. We'll stay, all right?
I could be making this into a love potion tea, you know.
You could? Really?
This one is for social occasions. But this one is for special occasions.
Well, I like sunny days, you know?
Well, now, you know, you're gonna have to be drinking it yourself. It won't work if you don't. Drink hearty.
Thank you.
Thanks. Listen, about those directions. This is really delicious. What'd you put in this, honey?
Well, now, I tell you what you do. You go back on the main road from whence you came. But you go northward, see? And then when you find yourself up at the top of the hill, you'll be able to see the village down below. Oh, it's an easy trip.
Morning, Liam. Fine morning, isn't it? What have you got for us? Ah, good. We're just around the back. Come on.
Sherry, put it. Where is that glove?
Looking for something?
Oh, Mrs. Turner, what do you want?
My daughter's notebook. Oh, tell Jerry I'll be in touch.
I told you we weren't far from the town.
You did not.
I did too.
Did not.
I did too.
Did not. Then why did you ask all those questions?
I don't know. Because I want to hear the answer. Where'd you go?
I'll do what the cards say and leave your brother be. For he belongs with Kat. And you too. You belong together.
Now, you're sure you can have it here in time for the wedding? You won't be mistaken. We won't have time to make other... Oh, Mary. Are you all right?
All of a sudden, my knees went weak.
Oh, here, sit.
Oh, I must finish my work.
Now, you're to stop, Mary. Stop working today. You'll not do another thing.
But none of the other girls does properly. I must have the house shining for the wedding.
Now, I shall do the dusting, and I don't want an argument. You're to stay off your feet until the baby arrives. Now, give me your apron. Now, you're to tell Robert he's to take you home immediately.
Bless you, Kat.
Excuse me, miss. I'm here to see the master of the house. Will you fetch him for me?
Tonight on Matlock, psycho twins have framed their uncle and Matlock's got to trap them. Then crime story explodes. A reporter's mugging drives Torello over the edge. How far will he go? Followed by a special 1986. A Vietnam vet searches for the illegitimate son he never met. Why are the courts standing in his way? Tonight on 1986.